The handgun market is changing, and 2026 may be the year everything shifts. New contenders are challenging established names, compact pistols are becoming more capable, and premium designs are raising the bar. But popularity alone does not make a pistol worth your attention. So which 10 are truly taking over? Stay with us, because the pistol sitting at number 1 could completely change what you expect from a modern handgun. This video is for educational purposes only and does not promote harm or unsafe use of firearms. Number 10. IWI Masada Slim. At number 10, the IWI Masada Slim represents the kind of pistol that can easily get overlooked until you actually look at what it brings to the modern carry market. IWI designed the Masada Slim around a thin, lightweight 9 format, giving it a profile that makes sense for people who want a balance between portability and practical shootability. According to IWI's published specifications, the pistol uses a striker-fired operating system, measures about 6.3 inches overall, and weighs roughly 20 ounces without a magazine. It is also offered with 10 and 13-round magazines, giving buyers flexibility depending on their requirements and local laws. What makes the Masada Slim interesting in 2026 is that it does not try to win attention with an oversized frame or extravagant styling. Instead, it follows the direction the market has been moving toward: slimmer dimensions, useful capacity, and modern ergonomics. The high-visibility front sight and U-notch rear sight keep the sighting system straightforward, while the relatively narrow frame gives this pistol a distinctly modern carry-oriented identity. In a market packed with familiar names, the Masada Slim earns its place by offering something different without becoming complicated. Number 9. Shadow Systems CR920 XL. At number 9, the Shadow Systems CR920 XL takes the slim subcompact concept and stretches it into something that feels more substantial without abandoning the carry-friendly philosophy. Shadow Systems introduced the CR920 XL as the newest member of its CR family, featuring a 4.2-inch match-grade barrel and redesigned internal slide geometry. The company specifically describes the platform as being engineered around a flatter and more stable recoil impulse, which gives the CR920 XL a different personality from many ultra-compact pistols. That extra barrel and longer format also create a more balanced visual profile, making it feel less like a tiny backup pistol and more like a serious everyday platform. Another important point is that Shadow Systems built this model around the idea of giving shooters more capability, without dramatically increasing the overall footprint. That is exactly where the 2026 market has been heading. Buyers increasingly want compact pistols that remain comfortable to carry while still providing a substantial shooting experience. The CR920 XL fits directly into that conversation. It has the aggressive styling Shadow Systems is known for, but underneath that appearance is a design focused on controllability, modern dimensions, and practical performance. That combination makes it one of the more interesting names, pushing the compact category forward. Number 8. Glock 26 Gen 5. At number 8, the Glock 26 Gen 5 proves that taking over the market does not always require being the newest pistol on the shelf. Sometimes it means continuing to evolve a design that already has a massive reputation. The Glock 26 Gen 5 remains one of the most recognizable subcompact 9 pistols, and Glock's current specifications list a 3.43-inch barrel, a 10-round standard magazine, and optional higher-capacity magazines. The Gen 5 version also introduced several meaningful refinements, including the Glock Marksman barrel, removal of the traditional finger grooves, and ambidextrous slide stop lever, and front serrations on applicable configurations. The result is a pistol that feels familiar but more refined. Its short dimensions make it considerably smaller than a typical compact pistol, yet the familiar Glock operating system and controls keep the platform recognizable to experienced users. In 2026, that familiarity matters. The market may be flooded with new slimline pistols, but the Glock 26 continues to represent a proven subcompact formula. It is compact enough to stand apart from the Glock 19, while still carrying the unmistakable DNA that made the Glock name so dominant. That staying power is exactly why it belongs in a conversation about pistols shaping the current market. Number 7. Smith & Wesson M&P Shield X. At number 7, the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield X shows exactly how a classic carry family can evolve when the market demands more. Smith & Wesson introduced the Shield X as the next generation of its Shield line, adding features that reflect what modern buyers increasingly expect from a compact pistol. The company highlights an improved ergonomic design, a front accessory rail, an optics-ready slide with its clear sight cut, and capacities of 13+1 and 15+1. Those details immediately separate the Shield X from the smaller, simpler carry pistols that originally made the Shield name famous. The interesting part is the balance. Smith & Wesson did not simply make the pistol larger and call it an upgrade. Instead, the Shield X moves toward a more capable compact format, while maintaining the basic carry-oriented identity of the Shield family. That makes it particularly relevant in 2026, when buyers are increasingly looking for one handgun that can combine everyday portability with modern sighting and accessory options. The Shield X also gives Smith & Wesson a strong answer to the growing field of slimline 9 competitors. It feels like a product designed around where the market is going rather than where it used to be, and that makes its presence on this list very easy to understand. Number 6. Canik TTI Combat. At number 6, the Canik TTI Combat brings a completely different flavor to this lineup. Developed through Canik's collaboration with Terran Tactical Innovations, the TTI Combat was created with performance-oriented shooting in mind, rather than simply following the traditional carry pistol formula. Canik says the project involved a 25-person development team and 14 months of research and development before its SHOT Show debut. The pistol immediately stands out because of its integrated compensator, aggressive grip treatment, distinctive slide design, and competition-focused configuration. Canik also says the TTI Combat was designed specifically for sports shooting, making its personality very different from the smaller carry guns elsewhere on this list. One especially interesting detail is the company's claim that the compensator design was developed to reduce muzzle rise and recoil, while remaining relatively easy to remove for cleaning. The package also incorporates optics compatibility and a flat trigger design. Whether someone loves the aggressive styling or prefers something more traditional, the TTI Combat is difficult to ignore. That matters for a title like this because taking over is not only about sales numbers or age. It is also about which pistols are creating conversation, attracting attention, and pushing manufacturers toward more feature-rich factory configurations. Number 5 is Springfield Echelon 4C Comp. At number 5, the Springfield Echelon 4C Comp represents one of the strongest examples of how quickly the modern striker-fired pistol has evolved. The Echelon platform was built around Springfield's central operating group, a serialized stainless steel chassis that sits at the heart of the pistol and supports the modular architecture. The Compact 4C already shortened the platform into a more carry-friendly package, but the 4C Comp adds an integral compensator to that formula. Springfield's published information describes the 4C as a compact 9 with a 4-inch barrel, while the compensated version integrates the compensator directly into the design. That gives the Echelon a distinctive identity compared with conventional compact pistols. Another major attraction is modularity. Springfield designed the chassis system so the serialized core can be moved between compatible grip modules, allowing the platform to evolve around the shooter. That concept feels particularly relevant in 2026 because modularity is becoming one of the defining themes of modern handguns. Instead of treating the frame as a fixed identity, the Echelon treats the core operating system as the foundation of an adaptable platform. Add the aggressive slide geometry, multiple gripping surfaces, and compact dimensions, and the Echelon 4C Comp becomes much more than another striker-fired pistol. Number 4, ZEV OZ9 Compact. At number 4, the ZEV OZ9 Compact takes a more premium approach to the modern striker-fired pistol. ZEV built the OZ9 family around a distinctive modular architecture, combining a serialized steel chassis with interchangeable grip components. That immediately gives the pistol a different feel from a conventional polymer frame handgun. ZEV's current information shows that the OZ9 Compact uses a compact grip configuration and is compatible with different grip options. While the company lists the Compact around the Glock 19 size barrel platform, the modular approach is one of the biggest reasons this pistol remains interesting. Instead of simply offering cosmetic customization, the OZ9 concept allows the user to change the grip configuration while keeping the core serialized system intact. ZEV also lists a factory trigger pull around 4 to 4.5 pounds, giving the platform a performance-oriented identity. What really separates the OZ9 Compact, though, is its combination of familiar dimensions and a more refined, custom-inspired construction philosophy. It looks and feels like something aimed at shooters who want more than a basic factory configuration. In a 2026 market where premium compact pistols are becoming increasingly common, the OZ9 Compact occupies an intriguing middle ground between a traditional striker-fired handgun and a heavily customized performance pistol. Number 3. Glock 48. At number 3, the Glock 48 earns its position by representing one of the most important shifts in the modern handgun market. The rise of slimline pistols that refuse to sacrifice the familiar Glock formula. The G48 gives shooters a longer, slimmer profile than the traditional double-stack compact Glock format, creating a pistol that feels noticeably different in the hand while retaining the recognizable safe action system. Its popularity comes from that balance. It is not trying to be the smallest possible pistol, and it is not trying to become a full-size duty gun. Instead, it sits in a practical middle ground that has become increasingly important in the carry market. The longer slide and barrel dimensions give the G48 a more substantial appearance than tiny subcompacts, while the narrow frame keeps its overall profile relatively streamlined. That makes it particularly relevant to the broader 2026 trend toward thinner carry pistols with usable capacity and familiar controls. The G48 also benefits from the enormous ecosystem surrounding the Glock platform, which means shooters recognize the design immediately. Its appeal is less about flashy features and more about balance, simplicity, and a format that many people find easier to live with every day. In a crowded market, that straightforward formula has proven surprisingly difficult for competitors to ignore. Number 2. Glock 19 Gen 5 MOS. At number 2, the Glock 19 Gen 5 MOS is the pistol that almost defines the modern compact category. It has the dimensions many shooters associate with the ideal do-everything handgun, while the MOS configuration adds compatibility with miniature red dot optics through Glock's adapter plate system. Glock lists the Gen 5 MOS with a 4.02-inch barrel, a standard 15-round magazine, front slide serrations, an ambidextrous slide stop lever, the Gen 5 frame texture, and an NDLC surface finish. Those details may sound familiar, but that is exactly the point. The Glock 19 does not need to reinvent itself to remain relevant. Instead, Glock has continued refining the platform while preserving the characteristics that made it so widely recognized. The MOS configuration is especially important because optics have become a major part of the modern handgun conversation. By combining a compact footprint with an optics-ready slide, the G19 Gen 5 MOS sits directly between traditional iron sight pistols and the latest generation of optics-focused carry guns. It also has the advantage of decades of aftermarket development and enormous name recognition. In 2026, plenty of pistols may offer more specialized features, but very few combine familiarity, adaptability, and mainstream appeal quite like the Glock 19 Gen 5 MOS. Number 1. Staccato C4X. And at number 1, the Staccato C4X brings this countdown to a very different level. Unlike the polymer frame pistols dominating much of the list, the C4X comes from Staccato's 2011 lineage, where the focus is heavily centered on refined shooting characteristics, premium construction, and a more performance-oriented experience. What makes the C4X particularly interesting for 2026 is that it represents the continued movement of high-end 2011-style pistols into conversations that were once dominated by conventional duty and carry guns. Current shooter discussions around the C4X have highlighted its compact dimensions, aluminum frame construction, and integrated compensator, with many enthusiasts comparing its shooting characteristics against larger Staccato models. The result is a pistol designed to deliver a premium experience without simply becoming another oversized competition handgun. That is what makes the C4X such a compelling number 1 choice for this particular title. It represents where the market can go when manufacturers combine compact dimensions with performance-focused engineering and premium materials. Of course, the price and ownership proposition place it in a very different category from pistols like the Glock 19 or Shield X, but that contrast is exactly what makes the C4X memorable. In a year filled with new compact designs, this is the kind of pistol that makes people stop, compare, and ask whether the premium is justified. Outro. The handgun market is moving fast, and these 10 pistols show exactly where 2026 is heading. From proven classics to innovative new designs, each one brings something different to the table. Which pistol deserves the #1 spot in your collection? Let us know in the comments, subscribe to the Gun Vault, and stay tuned for more honest handgun coverage.